During a not so frequent clean out recently, I found this old transformer, big and old and heavy. Will give 110 out apparently, so would have been okay for my current project, except it is too big and heavy. It came with an old projector that I bought, more about that in a moment. So that's mains in at the top, obviously output here. Let's have a look at this. Well, the plug's not too good, and cable might be okay, but you can never be too careful. I guess I'll splash out on a new piece of cable, even though that's only about 80 years old. On the other end, Bakelite, very nice. And on the other end of the transformer, scratched in there by hand, decrease and increase from 80 up to 130, 140 with a nice, again, Bakelite knob with an arrow on it. Very pretty. So, even though it's no good for my present project, it could be for a future one. I mentioned it came with a projector, and thereby hangs the tale, which I shall tell you now. I'm outside the workshop now, and the reason for that is that there's no way at present that I'm going to drag this thing, which is phenomenally heavy, despite half of it being missing. I'm not going to drag that onto the workbench yet, and I'm not sure that I ever shall, because if I had any sense I'd just throw it away. I bought this Pathe 9.5mm Vox film projector, talkie projector, with the idea, I bought it pretty much sight unseen, with the idea of maybe bringing it back to life as a 9.5 sound projector someday. That was many years ago. I've since sold the very few 9.5 sound films that I had. I don't much like the format just because it's kind of squarish, you lose something with the optical track. However, I do need a 9.5 silent projector, and I'm wondering whether there's enough here to turn this into one as a project. Missing its arms. This came in a big black case in which it was intended to run. Consequently the arms would have been on the outside of that, and I don't have them. And I'm sure that's the least of my problems when I come to look at what's going on with this, but you know, as soon as I see a rusty sprocket I can't help myself. Got to try and save it. I think Vox took its light from the main illumination which was in there. It took its light for the sound head optics. I don't know. And then there must have been some kind of photoelectric cell somewhere. Anyway, I need to do my homework. Just for interest's sake, because I will not be reviving that part of the projector, if indeed I do anything with this. Here we go. So the gate opened up there quite readily. Clicks home quite nicely. There was a lens that came with it, which I took out at the time, and I've got that somewhere. What should I do? Be sensible, or try to make it into something? Yeah, I think they've got synchronous motor 24 and 16, which I don't really want because I want to be able to vary the speed, but nice motor lamp switch there. I guess if I can do some more experiments with varying the 240 in before it gets to be 110 out. It's just possible that the motor might be able to be pressed into service. I don't know. What am I doing even thinking about this nonsense? Well, I could just go and buy an old, almost working 9.5 projector for 25 or 40 pounds that just needed some TLC instead of getting involved with this beast. We shall see. But not right now. I've got priorities. And my priority at the moment is a banana sandwich. So goodbye for now. Well, it's bad news, I'm afraid. I've just discovered the arms. I thought this was an old rusty film rewinder I had tucked away, and I went to have a look at it to see whether I might be able to use the bits for projector arms, and it is the projector arms, which I've just remembered as not having. Never actually looked at them. Oh dear. So there goes my excuse for not rebuilding that Vox projector.